Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Mommy Lab, your go-to place for raw, genuine stories exploring the depths of trauma, heartbreak, and mental illness. I'm your surgeon, Amy Lynn. Today's video is a bit close to the heart. It's about alcoholism, something that hits deep for many of us. But first of all, we're going to read a letter from someone, let's call him Jim, who writes from Ottawa, Canada. And this is what he wrote. Dear Soul Mommy Lab, there's something heavy on my heart and I feel like I need to share it to get it off my chest. It's about a chapter in my life that feels like a never-ending storm, and I'm hoping by sharing it I can lighten my load. I grew up in Canada with two parents and a younger brother. My parents married young and would often fight about finances. Our home would turn into a battleground. My father, a man full of warmth and love when he was sober, would transform into a different person when alcohol took over. One night, after a particularly intense fight between my parents, my dad stormed out of the house, slamming the door behind him. My mother, desperate to salvage what was left of our family, chased after him into the darkness. The next morning, the police officers and child services showed up at the door. My parents were gone, taken away in a massive car accident. The details are heart-wrenching. The powder blue car crumbled and lifeless on the side of the road. The investigation revealed a chilling detail. Multitude of beer bottles scattered around, a grim testament to the demons that had led to this tragic end. The grief that followed was like a relentless storm, tearing through everything I thought I knew. I grappled with questions that have no answers. My brother, only a toddler at that time, was placed in a different foster care than myself, and I have not seen him since. The blue car, once a beloved object of family outings and laughter, now stands as a silent witness to the shattered dreams and untold story buried underneath this wreckage. I still have nightmares about that night, often seeing myself inside the blue car along with my parents, perishing together in the fire. I'm now 34 and I have a family of my own. However, throughout my life, I've been using alcohol to cope with my own pain. Dealing with alcoholism has been extremely tough, and I'm really worried that it could mess up my own family too. I'm opening up because I need help sorting through all these emotions. The weight of all the unanswered questions and the constant feeling of loss are overwhelming, and I don't know how to handle it all by myself. I also hope that by sharing my story, I can let others going through something perhaps similar know that they're not alone. Anyway, this is my story, and I am very grateful for all of you for listening. Thank you, Jim, for your letter. And I just want to say that I am truly moved by the weight you've been carrying, and my heart goes out to you. Sharing such a personal and painful part of your life takes immense strength, and I appreciate your courage in opening up. Your story showed that alcoholism is not a personal battle. It reaches out and touches the life of those we love the most. It often has a ripple effect, and the trauma of alcoholism can etch irreversible marks on the life of those closest to us. The pain and confusion you must be feeling after everything your family has gone through is truly heartbreaking, and I want you to know that it's okay to feel overwhelmed by it all. I am not a licensed therapist, but I can offer some general advice that might help you begin the process of healing. I will post these tips below the video for anyone who would like to check them out. In times like this, reaching out for help is a critical step towards healing, and I strongly recommend considering therapy or counseling. Speaking with a professional can provide a safe space to unravel the emotions you're dealing with and help you find ways to cope. There are also support groups and community resources that can offer a sense of connection and understanding. But please remember, healing is a journey and it's okay to take it one step at a time. Your courage in sharing your story alone is a significant leap towards healing, and I genuinely hope that you find the support and understanding that you need and deserve. Thank you for tuning into another emotional episode of Somami Lab. I truly hope hearing these stories and watching it unfold along these symbolic surgeries has been a cathartic experience for some of you. When I myself was going through a very dark time, I found solace in reaching out. I've written letters to multiple channels, and even if they weren't always read, just by putting it out there, it felt like I was giving my pain a place to live, somewhere outside of me. So if you have a story you would like us to explore and quote-unquote operate on, just send us an email. We would be more than honored to examine your case. Anyhow, thanks again for joining us on this journey. Your stories matter, and together we can create a space for healing. If you enjoyed this episode, please share, comment, hit subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated. Until next time, please be kind to one another. Goodbye.